Yeah, welcome back to C Linux for beginners. Yeah,
Thank you,
let's see
sir.
what are the topics we discussed till now. Okay. Uh, if you see the topic, C dot text cat C dot text. Okay. The file name is C dot text. It's in home directory. So yesterday we studied some of the operators and
Operators, yes, sir.
so we understood what is precedence and what is associativity. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So when you are doing complex operations, you will be doing multiple operators in the same expression. For example, if
Yes,
you see line number 50, C is equal to A plus C plus A plus plus D plus E. So this is a
yes.
little complex expression where multiple operands are being used and same operator is being reused. Plus plus is reused. So here comes the associativity. Okay. Precedence
Okay.
and associativity. So did you went through the table?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have a flow, right? You have control what you are studying, right, Messi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then it is fine. Then I can proceed further. So today, yesterday we discussed one more topics, base Linux architecture.
Yes.
Okay. We will let's revisit the same topic again a little.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let's see some diagrams. Anyhow, it won't waste time in building the diagrams. Okay. So this looks good. The first one looks good actually when you compare to Java Point. Storage Point is giving a better architecture diagram. Yeah. So here in this architecture diagram, they have shown hardware and other part. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So hardware is we know right CPU, RAM, and devices. Devices
Input
where we
output.
do
Yes.
input and output operations. So here comes the kernel modules, kernel system libraries, and topmost application. Topmost layer is there, right? System softwares, user process, user utility, compilers. The topmost green, the light green layer is there, right? That is the application layer actually.
Okay. Sir.
That is the application layer. So everywhere if you go, the same layers, most of the layers will be same. Application and hardware will be same. The middle part will be changed. Okay.
Okay.
So let us concentrate on system libraries because I'm going to talk about system libraries today. I mean libraries.
Okay. Sir.
What are libraries? Okay. System libraries are the set of libraries which are being used across the Linux, which are shared across the processes. I will give you an example. Okay.
Mm.
So if you see, yeah, let me open an existing example. Compare.c. Okay. Here you can see some function calls, right? Printf, scanf, printf, and printf. The same functions we have used in many C programs, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know this part, right? If I add a add function here, uh, int a comma int b and return integer and return a plus b. So this will add two numbers, right? This is
Yes, sir.
straightforward. So I'm doing a function call here also. Okay, add.
Okay.
Okay, add a comma b. So let me put some more changes here. Let's introduce one more variable in C. Let this function is adding three variables int a plus b plus c, and finally I'm printing the sum of all the numbers. Printf. Okay, int sum is equal to add of a comma b comma c. Okay, printf sum of numbers is percentage d, comma sum, right? You are able to
Yes,
understand
sir.
this, right? Yeah, we will add
Yes,
slash
sir.
n also here so that it should go to next line. Last time we forgot to add the slash n.
Hmm.
Okay. This is actually, if you want, you can add. Otherwise, we can remove that. By adding slash n, the output looks good actually.
Yes,
It's
sir.
in the
It
next
will be
line comes
more
to next line.
understanding.
Yeah. So here you can see two function calls, two types of function calls. One is printf is getting called, and we are passing a string and a number, and add function call we are doing here, and we are passing three numbers here. And add function is already defined here. This is called as definition. Okay. This is called as
Okay.
definition. Add function is defined here. So add function is defined here. When the control comes here, so it will call the add function, and it returns from here, and it keeps continuing. Okay. So if
Okay.
you want to convert this to assembly, this line, okay, it is replaced by call a comma b comma call plus operands. Okay, this is the instruction. You have seen add, subtract, move, and all these instructions, right? Like that, there is a call instruction also. Here,
Ah,
there will be address. Address also will be there.
okay.
Okay. So the control jumps to this address, which is add function. Okay, it goes here, it executes this part, and there is a
Hmm.
return statement here. So if
Yes,
you
sir.
see the assembly code of this, return address and return value. Okay, so this address actually is this address.
Ah,
So you found the storing that address to be helpful, right? So what happens is
yes, sir.
it will come back here. It return, and this address will be there, which is same as this address, and it executes from here. Printf again, the next line.
Hmm.
You are understanding the flow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is fine. Now, what happens in case of printf? Printf is also replaced by call and address. Okay, but this address is not available in our source code. Do you
Oh,
see printf in our source code, which is defined?
no.
Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is printf is declared in a library called libc dot so libc. Libc is the library name. Okay,
Okay.
and it is defined here. So what happens is when the compiler compiles this program, when the compiler compiles this program, when it sees printfs, it searches for the libraries for printf, and it will add the address of the printf in that library.
Okay.
Because printf is available in this library.
Library function. Okay.
Do you see any advantages, Masood, in this way of handling the functions? You can see one major advantage, right? What I can
Hmm.
see here is this code is my application. Compare.c is my application, and I'm calling,
Okay.
and I have add function here. Okay. What I can do one more is I can define the functions which are commonly used, like printf, scanf, and other uh, library calls in other function calls in a library, and compile it and keep it ready.
Hmm.
You got my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, printf I can define it as define it as some define it in some code, and compile and make a library, and so that application today it is a compare.c. Okay, tomorrow I will have
Ah,
one more function add.c. I will call printf also. The same library will be reused.
reuse. Okay, sir.
Okay, one is reusability, and what is the code size here? Code size is getting reduced, right? Because
Yes, sir.
printf I'm just calling here, but it is defined in libc. So all the definitions will be in libc, and which is commonly being used across all the applications.
Application.
So code reuse. Second one, code size. Define common code in a library. Define common code in a library and link it. So I'll define printf in libc.a, and I will link the same to different thousands of applications, and I will reduce the
Application.
printf
Okay.
in the libc.
Okay.
So this is the concept of library. So what is library, Masood? You're able to
Library means it will have a pre-stored functions, sir, so that we can use them
exactly,
directly
yeah.
in our
So
applications.
library is nothing but collection of code and collection of functions which are organized in a file.
Yes, sir.
You got it right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is a library. So now let's come
Okay.
back to static library and dynamic. There are two types of libraries. Okay. One is static and the other one is dynamic.
Dynamic.
So depending on the behavior, there are two types. Static means the symbols will be resolved at the compile time. For example, printf will be added at the compile time. Okay. When the code is compiling.
Okay.
But in the dynamic libraries, the symbols will be resolved at the runtime. Runtime. Okay. So if the symbols, if the printf is resolved at the compile time, the printf will come and sit in this application. The printf will come and sit in this application, but when it resolves the function at the runtime, printf will be resolved at runtime. So printf will not be in the application. So application size will be reduced,
Okay.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, static means which is static. Dynamic means which is runtime. Okay, in always computer terms, static means compile time and dynamic means runtime. So if it is static, it will be inserted at the compile time, but dynamic means it will be resolved at the runtime. So printf will not sit in the application. So what happens
Application.
is dynamic libraries reduces the
Size of the application.
size, code size.
Okay.
Yeah, both are libraries, but one is resolved at compile time, other one is resolved at runtime.
Runtime.
Static code size will be increased. Okay. Let me pause the recording. Explain. So, Masood, you understood what is library, what is
Yes,
dynamic
sir.
library, and what is
What
static
is
library.
static library?
Okay, you have a theoretical concept. Now we can create the libraries by ourselves. Okay,
Okay, sir.
I will show you some examples. Okay, before that, let's go through the PPT. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's compare which one is advantages and which one is having some issues. So executable size is more in case of static linking.
Static library.
It takes more
Yes.
memory. So in that case, memory wise, dynamic linking is better. And loading
Yes,
time.
sir.
Loading time in case of dynamic linking is more because it has to be resolved at the runtime. Application loading time will increase, but static linking, all the symbols are resolved at the compile time, so the loading will be faster. Okay. Memory usage, yeah, we know that. System call, I will tell you in detail what is the system call. This is also one important concept that you need to study. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So they have done some analysis. In case of static linking, the size is 4.2 MB. In case of dynamic linking, the application size is only 5 KB.
Oh.
This is 4.2 MB and this is 5 KB. So it is large difference, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is with respect to
This is
space.
in
Okay.
terms of MB and that is in terms of KB, sir.
Yeah, because printf is not actually present in the application. It will be resolved at the
Uh,
runtime. The loading time. The loading time, yeah, this yellow shows the loading time of the dynamic linking and static linking,
uh,
this one. Because the symbols are already resolved at the compile time, the
Compile
loading
time.
time will be fast, shorter. I mean,
Yes.
it loads faster. So running time is not discussed here. Yeah, number of system calls. Number of system calls I will explain you in another class. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
memory usage. In case of dynamic, the dynamic the RAM usage is less.
Less.
Okay. In case of static, RAM usage is more.
Yes, sir.
So advantage is majorly with respect to memory. Anything we can discuss? I'm just looking at this. Yeah, this is the conclusion overall. This we already discussed. Okay. These are some of the dynamic libraries that we use across Linux system. These are some of the
Uh,
common used libc, which will have a
uh,
printf. Okay. LD Linux, it will have a linker related. Libm means math library. When you
uh,
call sine theta, cos theta, or exponential
Mathematical
value,
functions, sir.
all these functions are defined in math library.
Okay,
Libz
sir.
is for zipping and unzipping.
Uh,
Yeah, I think I already have some code. Let me see here. Training, shared library. Yeah, let me see this. Okay, so this is main.c. So what is there? I'm just calling one function called fun1, right?
oh, yes.
Okay, I'm just calling one. You are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just calling a function called fun1, and that function is defined in 1.c. Okay, let's open
Uh,
1.c. So this fun1 is declared here. I'm just printing the function name here. These are standard macros to print the function name. And I will tell you what is percentages. This is a new thing that I'm introducing. Okay.
mm,
Percentage D, you already know. This is with
mm,
respect to line, it prints line. Percentages prints the function name. With
mm.
it prints as fun1. So what I'm trying to say here is I'm calling function one in main.c, and that function one is present in 1.c. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You're getting right, Masud?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when it comes to large project, there will not be one C file. There will be thousands of C files, and they are all integrated together, and they will build an application.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So main.c has a call to fun1, and 1.c has got the fun1 definition. Okay. Let me remove the existing library. lib1.so and main. Okay. Let us build the static library first. Okay. GCC
Okay.
minus static application. GCC minus wo main. This is my application name. Main. No, let this be main underscore static. Okay. Main underscore static and main.c. So I'm going to compile main.c, and the binary name of the executable name will be main underscore static. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it is telling fun1.c is not found because
We have cleared the.
it is present in another .c file. Okay. Let us include that .c file also.
Oh,
Okay. So now it is compiled with warnings. These are warning tests actually. You can see,
mhm.
right? These are warnings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have compiled it, but let's add minus static option so that it is built with static. Okay. Now also it is compiled. This time we build with static, and now we will build main underscore dynamic with removing static option. Okay. By removing the static option, by default it will be dynamic. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So this is also compiled with warnings. We have two files, main
The
main underscore static dot static and main underscore dynamic. There are
dynamic.
two exes. Okay. So if you ls minus well will list the files by providing extra information. Okay. You can see the dynamic is 16 KB size and the static is 8.87 871 KB size.
Okay, sir.
This is, you can see here actually. So let's try to build the libraries. Now these are not libraries. We are just compiled the C code. Let's build the libraries. The way to build the library is GCC minus O. First we have to build the dependent because main is depending on fun1. Fun1 is present in 1.c. First we have to
One dot
compile
C.
1.c. Okay. GCC
Okay.
minus O 1.c. GCC minus O. Okay. Fun underscore shade. Let this be lib fun underscore shade dot so, then 1.c. 1.c. Here we have to add extra two options. One is minus fpic. Fpic means position independent code. Okay, it
Mhm.
means it's not residing in a particular position. It is position independent. It can be used anywhere. Minus shared. Okay. So this has built lib fun underscore shared dot so. You can see here.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is called as a shared library. This file I can use it for linking 1,000 applications. So if I'm going to use fun1 function in another application, I can just link this library. I will show you how to link this library. Okay.
Okay.
GCC minus O main underscore dynamic. So this is another time I'm compiling. I will name it as dynamic one. Okay. Main underscore dynamic one. Main.c minus L. L is a linker option, library path you can provide. L. This is present working directory minus L fun underscore shared. So you are providing a path here first, and then you are passing the library name.
Mhm.
If the library name is libfunshared.so, you have to pass it as minus lfunshared. That is the format.
Okay, sir.
Lib you have to remove, lib you have to replace it by minus L.
Minus L.
Yeah, it is compiled. So my main underscore ls minus L main underscore dynamic one is available. This is dynamic linking. So now let us create a static library. Okay. Sometimes static libraries are called as static archives. Okay. GCC
Mhm.
minus C 1.c will create an executable called 1.o. Okay. Now we compiled 1.c. It created 1.o. So I have to use some tools to create the static archives. AR RCS 1.a lib fun underscore static dot a 1.o. I'm archiving this, and then I have to run one tool, ran lib fun underscore static def. This is a static library now. So now I can use this for linking. Let us use this for linking. GCC, I'll type the command instead of that. GCC minus O main underscore static one main.c is the file I am compiling, and this is the library path where my library is present, and then L fun underscore static. This way I can link the static library.
Mhm.
So now main underscore static. We have built four binaries, right? One
Yes,
is
sir.
main underscore dynamic, main underscore dynamic one, main underscore static,
Main and
main underscore static one. Let's run all this. So if I run main underscore dynamic, it is printing fun one. So I'm printing the printf in fun one. You have seen, right?
yes, sir.
If you see this file, fun one is printing the function name. So it printed fun one with a line number. So now main underscore dynamic one. So it says lib fun shade doesn't exist because there are some standard paths. Okay, if the library is not this is not a standard path where I'm here. So since the library is not in the standard directory, it is saying lib fun shade is not found. What we can do is for this, there is a command export ld underscore library underscore path is equal to $pwd. So I'm pwd means present working directory. I'm adding present working directory to the linker path. So now it printed fun 4. But in case of static also, let's run static also. Static main underscore static. It is also printing fun 4. Main underscore static 1. That is also printing fun 1 line number. So I will, I know you have some confusions here actually. What is this LD library path? And this, yeah. And then what is this? Yeah, let's have a session about Linux directory structure, and we will discuss, and after that we will discuss this topic. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But you're able to understand